Hi, this is Crystal from Crystallized Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make a candle sleeve form. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take these swatches and wrap it around a candle like a sleeve you may buy in the store. These sleeves are solely for battery operated candles. You don't want anything to start a fire, so make sure you are using battery operated candles. That being said, you're going to need a couple other things. You're going to need plastic. I have here, I'm not sure exactly what I bought this plastic for. It's clear. It came rolled in a big bundle, so that's why it's still kind of rolled. You can also use stencil sheets. They're about 11 mil. This is, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I'm not a plastic expert. This, when I looked it up, it is a 15 mil or 0.4 millimeter. So that is what I'm using, but you could definitely try the stencil sheet. There's also placemats, clear placemats that you could buy that curl easily. Basically, you just want something firm enough to hold a circular shape while wrapping this around. And I'm going to show you how to do it with this one, but there is different supplies that you could have to use to create this. So again, this is 15 mils, give or take a little extra as long as it holds its form. So you're going to want the plastic. If you're cutting, you want a cutting board. I have a self-healing cutting board here, and this is what I cut this down to. So basically, I lined up, this is really hard to see, so I'm not going to show you how to cut this because with a clear plastic, I just lined it up where I wanted my form to be and how big I wanted it to be with a very sharp utility knife. You want it sharp because if it doesn't cut properly, you have a higher chance of having an accident on slipping or anything like that. So make sure you have a sharp utility knife, a good cutting board, and along when you're cutting something, you want a straight edge, which a ruler is perfect for. So a ruler, if you want to mark your lines before you cut them, a permanent marker. We are going to need the permanent marker regardless, so I'm just going to set that over here. But again, you're just going to cut to the shape you want. You definitely want it at least 11 inches around. So my candle forms are 11 inches, and this is exactly 11. And if you have 12, you can overlap it by an inch or so. As long as it fits around a candle, that's all you need. It doesn't matter if it's off by a little, but that is what we're looking for. You're going to need, like I said, the permanent marker, and we'll get into that, and you're going to need box tape. So let me set this aside and get my work area set up, and I'll show you how to create that. Alright, I cleared my area. I have my cutting board just as a reference. I like the cutting board with the measurements already on it so I can mark this, and then I have my straight edge as well. So what we're going to do is, again, we have a cut piece with an 11-inch circumference or more. We will overlap if it is more. But on the wrong side, so this is going to be the inside, because it curls like this, since it curls like this, I'm already going to just use this as the outside. So I want to mark the inside. And all I'm going to do is using the straightest edge possible. So this is the edge I did not cut. I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to mark that across the bottom on the wrong side with my permanent marker. And I'm using the straightest edge possible because that is going to be the bottom of my form piece. And I'm marking the inside, so when I put my swatch on the outside, it's not coming off. So then what I'm going to do is I have my bottom edge, and that's what I'm going to line it up to. I'm going to mark, let's see here, I'm going to mark the 5, would help if we were doing this the right way here. I'm going to mark the 5, the 6, and the 7. Alright, So this is kind of hard to see. Five. 6, and I hope I'm actually hitting this. Oh, I'm not bumping the camera because I'm not wanting to get my head in the way. Okay, so when I marked this with the bottom line, not the edge. So if I take this away, that is what I have. I have my different lines. So when I put the form on, depending on the size I've made, because there's different size candles, I'm going to line up the bottom edge to here. And then this is the smallest size, the medium size, and the largest size. That is what I'm going to pull it to. But before I get to that, I didn't cut this very straight. We are going to tape it. So this is where our box tapes comes in. And pardon the noise. That was really loud. At least it was here for me. Okay, so now this is where I'm just putting it on one side, and I'm going to line up the lines as best as possible. Now this is where, if you have an overlap, you definitely want to hit around the correct overlap. So you might have to measure 1 inch or 2 inch. And I was a little off on drawing my lines. So make sure when you draw your lines that you're definitely looking overhead and don't have a camera in your face. Okay, so there's that, and it's kind of bulgy that way. So I'm just going to, pardon the tape, grab another piece and add it on the inside. This does not have to look pretty because you're not keeping this. Just to give it more of a circle. So that helped circle it up a little bit. I'm going to be using this as the back, so it really doesn't matter if it's perfectly circle. But there I have my lines, my bottom edge that I'll line up, and then I'll hit the top on one of these 3. I also like clear because when I'm sticking pins in here, I can see exactly where the pins are if I need to stick my hand in, and I'm not poking myself. When I'm putting a pin through, I can see exactly where my fingers are. So it's really, really helpful for that when you have the clear plastic. So that is how I make my form. I hope that's helpful to you, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial.